Hello viewers, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 4, the me and team here. I apologize for the delay on continuing the series. I've been having some technical difficulties getting the sound to work right. I've been trying to get my Heroes of Might and Magic 3 series back online without it looking like a garbled mess. And I'm trying to iron out some of the difficulty getting the high def mod to work on Linux. In the meantime, I have actually managed to get Civilization 5 working on Linux with a little bit of challenge. I think similar to what I did with the Civ 4 on WineHQ, I'll write a little excerpt on how I did so, maybe mention something in the CFC reports as well. But that's not what the purpose of this is. We are moving on to Hall of Fame Challenger 4. And this is a cultural win on Immortal, starting era Ancient, map type Inland Sea. Not a lot of options are required here. The only things we cannot do is exclude Japan. We have to have Tokugawa in the game. And we have to use Gandhi, which actually Gandhi's a good leader for cultural, so that's not really a problem. Map type Inland Sea. So, going over here, we've made sure to include Tokugawa. We are running the Buffy 3.19003 mod. That is the Hall of Fame mod for Civilization 4, the current one, as of probably the rest of Civ 4's existence. Okay. And we have no tribal villages or events. Whoops. We're going to abuse some luck too. Why not? It can't really hurt us. I mean, maybe the villagers are hostile, but whatever. This rarely offers game-breakingly bad outcomes. So I'm going to actually abuse luck. Why not? Derp. Anyway. Also allowing permanent alliances, you have to click Lock Modified Assets or Hall of Fame will not consider the save ineligible. It is tied into their anti-cheating. And no, I don't know how their anti-cheating works, and if you ask me, you're probably a cheater, so... yeah, we'll skip over that. Anyway, let's get this underway. Let's play Civilization 4 once again with Heroes 3 and Heroes 5, and also some Civ 5 pending in the future. Although Civ 5 I'm going to have to adopt new recording strategies because Civ 5... How do I put this? I can't minimize it ever, so... And oh geez, but I can't... I don't want to move away from wet corn, which is probably my only food. Now, if I were trying to get an optimized Uber time, I would probably keep rolling until I got triple gems or use the Hall of Fame Map Finder feature in order to do that. But that's not really necessary, and we're not going to do it. We can win without. Alright, so first thing we want to do is open up Worker. Yes, Buffy lags me a little bit, and I do apologize for that. Oh yes, and fast workers... They're going to be a little bit slow. Okay, I mean they're not I don't have them hotkeyed like I have regular workers, so I can't just press 1 on my saved thing to get a fast worker. Looking at the start here, agriculture first is very, very obvious. India's starting technologies being mysticism and mining, and so agriculture first is pretty good. And then I'll probably want to go right for bronze working. If you're a fan of Sula and you read his website, he will tell you that accelerating growth curve is the most important thing in early game Civ. And so we're really looking at what tech choices and what tile improvements are going to do that the most quickly. In this case, agriculture is obvious, and chops will help me expand. Now I'm going to gamble a little bit on this hut and this hut, and then I'm going to let this city... pop them via border pop. AI might beat me to one, probably won't beat me to both. That gives me a better chance of technology. Since they're this close to my city and it's early in the game, we are not going to be seeing any barbarians popping from them regardless. But I could get experience on my warrior, and I'd rather not. I'd rather just get a technology, some gold. I really don't want a map, but it's not like popping that with my warrior will avoid a map. So, whatever. And yeah, settling in place, it's not the greatest start in the game, and we're not going to get a super competitive time with a start like this, but it'll do. And for the purposes of completing the Hall of Fame Challenger series and not being painful to watch, we'll do it. Oh, by the way, the leaders I picked other than Tokugawa are very telling. I picked a bunch of meter maids again. Roosevelt being one of them, yes, nicely timed, sir, but not the only one. I've also put in the other two American leaders. I've put in the other Indian leader, interestingly. I put in Ramesses, and what did I get for that? I got some gold and something. I don't even know what I got. So pretty much everyone other than Toku is going to be someone that Toku hates with a passion, and also people who don't declare it pleased. A lot of them are predisposed to go for culture themselves, but the leaders don't hate you for pursuing the same victory condition as them. That is only Civ 5. And I actually don't mind that. One of the few things I really like about the Civ 5 AI is that it tries to win the game more. It still kind of sucks at it, and I would rather it play a little bit better. I think everyone would rather it play a little bit better, to be honest. But, and yeah, okay, this is on Immortal. But no, I like it when factions playing the game actually try to win. It's a novel concept, I know. But I do get tired of the AI either accidentally or deliberately king-making in this game. Anyway, we've got some borders over here to the world. This is a flat world, so we know we're on the west somewhere. And we have water in the middle because it's inland sea. Amazing. I am a clairvoyant when it comes to this game, viewers. You also might be noticing that I don't have game sounds running. And that's because I did not want to delay doing this Let's Play any longer while trying to get technical difficulties sorted out. I figured bringing you some content, even without the game sounds, probably better than nothing. And if that's not the case, just know that I am trying to get game sounds working. So go easy on me. Okay. What do I want to do here? I'm thinking I probably can get away with a second worker, and these guys have three moves, so they can move 2 tiles and make an improvement, like so. This is India's unique unit, the fast worker, and it is literally a worker with 3 moves. It's exactly what it says on the tin, but it's actually one of the better unique units in the game, so bear that in mind. It's very good for setting you up early in the game. And actually a reasonably popular choice in multiplayer, although I would not want to pick India in multiplayer just because factions like the Malinese scare the crap out of me. And I usually play as the Malinese for that reason. Skirmisher rushes in multiplayer, even if they can't take a city, can usually pillage the hell out of you, and when that happens, you lose. So that is something to bear in mind. Oh, he took on the colors of Persia. It's like, hey, I didn't put Persia in this game. Well, apparently I put India in this game, and that's close enough. I really don't want to let him beat me to the jumbos. Early happiness is going to accelerate my capabilities of growing in this game considerably, so I'm going to win a city here, hold Alt and press S to bring up the screen that lets you do this, or the tile clicking, whatever. You can figure it out if you hold Alt and press S. So I'll probably win a city there. And obviously I'm going to want a city like here, which won't be interfered. This is also actually going to be a pretty strong site. I need to be a little careful how I place it. Well, it's not really good for cottages. I could place it like here and get 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do some tile swapping and make it a good city for cottages, actually. So that's something to consider. And then there's probably going to be one over here too. I'm only going to go for 6 cities on the culture win, and I'm going to try to play as peacefully as I can do so. So, yeah, just enough for, well, you'll see. You'll see. I've done a culture win as Lincoln in the distant past, and that showed off the strategy a little bit, but we're working with a combination of religious cathedral-type dealies and great artist bombs. So we're probably going to want to go down the aesthetics line. If we see marble, we'll get it. If not, Crimea River, it's not that important. And what do I want to do here? Probably grow, actually. Growing my city very quickly now is going to be a priority. I'm also going to want to get a couple extra more warriors out just so that I don't die to barbs. Dying to barbs sucks. If I'm lucky, I'll see copper and I can settle for that, and that'll be that. But if I'm not lucky, I'll have to compensate. Anyway, it doesn't really matter that I'm splitting worker actions right now because it's going to be working the corn and then one of these tiles when it grows anyway. And okay, we do have copper. It's down there. Okay. I think what we want to do here, grab the wheel so we can start roading down there. We can already chop. And we're going to want to explore with this warrior after all. I want to get a picture for what's in this area, because that's going to let me know if I want to take the copper with the city in this region, or if I want to take the copper from over here somewhere. And bear in mind, if I settle like, well, I would have to go one over. I have to go like here, and that would allow me to settle something like this, which would allow me to grab the copper immediately and reduce the threat that barbarians place on me. I'm going to want to be able to I'm going to want to settle that city quickly, and unfortunately that might cost me this site up here, at least pre-culture abuse. Anyhow, and otherwise this is going to be a peace spamming game. And yeah, I'm just going to continue slapping down tile improvements while the city grows a bit. That should help me, I think. More than chops, because I can chop very shortly after that. But I do want the city to grow, and I can't do that while building workers or settlers. So we're just going to quickly grow the city. And yeah, it is working the sugar. I will switch the sugar over to plantations once the time is right, which is when I have calendar, because resources are worth it. Okay, we are up pop 3, and we have a warrior. I think if there's a time to start on a settler, this is it. I can go work a couple mines, get 4-year-old on the settler, plus some commerce, speeding along our research a little bit. We do have some hut gold, some hut crutch gold, some crutch gold, because they're crutches, like when you break your foot like an idiot playing basketball with a couple kids. Yeah, like that. So don't do that because it hurts. Breaking your foot hurts. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of this, but it's just a revelation. And okay. See, the problem is if I come down here, it's not going to be a good long-term site, really. I really need to see what's over here still. Well, okay. This isn't a bad engage. I can let the archer attack my warrior. It's damaged. I have hills and forests to my advantage. So, whatever. Already have mysticism, so I can get a border pop anytime I need it. Let's go with pottery. Or no, maybe animal husbandry. Huh. Let me think about this just a moment. I would want to... No, if I settle this, I'm going to want to cottage it a little bit more than anything else. Maybe sink some chops to get some defensive axes, maybe another worker or something like that down there. So that's the plan down there. And since I have the wheel and I have super moving super dudes, like, I don't know, Hong Kong Phooey, the #1 super guy, I'll just go ahead and start roading here. Man, I want to scout that, but it's looking like I'm going to have to drop a city here or commit to archery. Rather not commit to archery, rather just chop out more units. And this isn't a bad city either. We're going to consider that as one of our culture sites. Got a lot of floodplains, decent amount of grassland. We can work with it. And like I said, we don't need a crap ton of cities here. We probably don't need to go to war at all. So, man, give me a break, game. I think I'm just going to take that city for safety's sake here. Go ahead and road down there. Hook up the copper pronto. Maybe even grabbing another worker to do that. And okay. You are done with your tile improvement. That'll allow me access down here. And I haven't met Toku yet, and that's a good sign, because now Toku's going to go griefing somebody else, and not me. And as you all know, griefing isn't fun if you are on the receiving end. It's more of a giving end. You know, it's all about giving, like Christmas, when it comes to griefing. So, yeah. I'm going to keep roading. We're going to move our warrior up here. Hopefully not expose ourselves for too long. And, oh yeah, since I have Lolar huts giving me gold, I can afford to settle this early. Probably want another warrior rather than anything else. Looks like the Persian/Indian Empire is wanting the same site as me. Not surprising, it's a good site, but not acceptable because it's my site. And that's all there is to that. So I'll go ahead and build a road here and immediately start mining the copper. I want to chop out an axe, maybe upgrade an axe if I need it, something like that, ASAP, just so that I don't get hosed by barbarians. But now that I have 2 workers on this, I shouldn't have too much trouble. Okay. Now what? Animal husbandry is definitely next. We have a number of sites that will greatly benefit from animal husbandry, including this one, which is going to be one of my near future settlements. So I have to bear that in mind. And the capital's pretty good on improvements. In fact, it will really grow into unhappiness before I run into any other problems in terms of that. And okay, get some roadage going. And rather than going for animal husbandry like that, I think I'll do it like this. This will auto-upgrade the hammers placed into a warrior into a spear, which will be acceptable against barb archers. It's not the greatest idea, but whatever. I'm not going to see a lot of barb axes. And okay, here. Do I risk a settler, or do I risk a warrior? Now, if I'm going for a Hall of Fame finish, I'd probably want to go with the settler right now. That'll let me get over there, but I think another warrior is prudent. Well, no, you know what? If I chop out the settler, I'll have copper soon, so let's do that. Let's chop out the settler. I have a lot of AI units wandering around, so we're going to rely on the AI units and play a little bit risky for fun. And other than that, let's see. Can start sinking a chop, or we can start a tile improvement. Since we're working an unimproved tile, we're just going to go ahead and do that. And chop. And I don't know. Yeah, here I'll chop and do a spear, and yes, that's going to become a spear very soon. As soon as that copper is hooked up plus the hunting is done, that's a spear. Now, we're going to check India's city count, 3, so he did not settle that city up there. It's interesting. I could whip the settler without a granary, probably not a good idea long term. So we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Go ahead and chop there, and yeah, you'll see that I have a spearman and 2 down there. That should pretty well secure my southern borders. It'll let me push out here, try to avoid any barb cities from spawning, and what have you. Also, it'll just prevent barbs from spawning in this area, and I can't put a city there, so maybe like here eventually. But I'll put my barb warrior in this region, or yeah, my barb warrior. I'm playing the barbarian tribe. And I do not have one of the larger civilizations around, but that's okay. It's not size that matters, it's how you use it, viewers. It's how you... Never mind. Well, it's just road. And chop. The next thing I want to chop is a granary. That is easily the best thing for our growth curve in this site. Although a monument's a pretty big draw too, actually. So let me give this a little bit of thought. Actually, yeah, we're going to go ahead and build a monument first. That'll let us get on to the floodplains. Now that a settler is out, we're going to run him this direction. Should be pretty safe from barbs there. And like I said, let's go ahead and cheat this warrior over here. Should prevent any shenanigans from really torching us. And I get animal husbandry soon, but not instantly. Oh well. Go ahead and do that. And I think for security now, I want another axeman. I don't think the AI is going to take a city here or a city that can block me. And oh god, this is not good. They have a holy city there that he's running. That's really painful. That's going to be culture pressing me in the near future. And I probably won't get the ivory, which makes me want to reconsider this entire settlement plan. I mean, I'm going to get enough cities. It's inland sea. I didn't add any extra AIs. I'm going to get enough cities. No questions asked. But if I'm just going to get it flipped, I might want to take a higher return site first, like here. You know? So let's do that. We're going to work into Plan B, adjust to our surroundings a little bit. And it's not like this is a bad site, really. In fact, it's a fairly excellent one. And it also gets trade network right away. It gets gems, so I'll be able to grow. Not the best thing in the world to settle it immediately, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. And we're going to go ahead and switch into slavery. Chop it a little bit. Yeah. Chop and whip overflow into a granary. Should allow me to get a granary quickly also. Next site I want is probably here. This is also going to be a fairly fast site to turn around. So, okay, we have... let's just chop it. That's fine. It's fine. And we love animals. Yes, we do. Yeah, with 2 good tiles and the fat cross, we are okay to go ahead and chop the granary out before a monument. It'll grow the city more rapidly, and we like that. Okay, writing for open borders. That'll help us with trade routes and diplomacy. Although we have multiple different religions, which kind of blows. But you know what? Deal with it. And just fortify there. Should really spawn bust the majority of the barbs that can come from that direction, which is what I'm looking for. In fact, if I come one north, there's no barbs coming from here. They're going to come from the south only. That'll reduce the amount of effort I need to put in with my other units. So, okay, we're at pop 5, working a good amount of tiles. I think now's a good time for another worker and settler combo. Worker to chop and settler to take this spot. And why are we stopping? Whatever. Oh, right, because of the bug mod. It has some sort of smart chop thing that stops you one turn before, so you can pre-chop if you want. I thought I disabled it, but I didn't. Oh well. Go ahead and mine the gems. Go ahead and mine the hill. Mine the mine. Mine? And yeah, we'll just continue on here. Maybe I can whip this granary already. You are paralyzed. Maybe you can't attack. No, apparently that's not the case, unfortunately. Do I get more from whipping here or standing pat? I think I get more, in this case, from not whipping. I'll get a border pop soonish, so we'll just build another axe while growing. That's fine. We have some production. We have some commerce. We have some chance of winning the game. It's fine. And yeah, look, they've already got that. And with the 5 culture, it's just going to get to be more and more grievously annoying. So we're not going to do that. We're going to take the easy way out, because that is the best way usually. Or the cheesy way out. Ah, yes. Ever hated Toku. Now. Oh, wow. Well, they don't mind him, but he hates them. So, if he's going to declare on somebody, yeah, take a guess who that's going to be. I also like this start a reasonable amount in terms of total happiness resources. Like I said, it's not the triple gem start that you would want ideally, but it's a solid start. Lots of good land to be cottaged, very decent early growth curve, really no issues with this start from just a playability standpoint. From a Hall of Fame perfection, idealistic super start standpoint, maybe it's not the best, but it's a good start. We'll live with it. We will enjoy this start, possibly immensely. Okay, So this is a culture city, that's a culture city, probably capital's a culture city. Woot. We got him. Now we just have to start cottaging them and not whipping them. Other than that, I'm not really sure what to go with my workers. And when in doubt, chop it out. I'll just chop it out. Not quite safe to chop here. And what's going on? No. Wrong. Do not work on improved tiles, you piece of crap. Thank you. Fire the governor. And by fire, I mean light him on fire, because he... Never mind. He sucks. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, we have writing. Unfortunately, we do not have gold for the Schweidgan Paya. Man, after that Joao of Portugal debacle, I've been thinking about just renaming all the leaders to whatever the heck I want. In fact, I'm going to do it. It's a little bit early to announce this since he's not in the game, but from now on, the Portuguese leader's name is Johnny, and we will appropriately name other leaders as we meet them. Alright. Do I want to whip a monument? And apparently there's a barb. He emerged from this tile, probably. He is full strength. He's threatening me. He's probably going to kill the Japanese archer. Man, I need to come up with creative names now. We'll do it. We'll do it, though. We'll do it for every leader. Or not every leader, but a lot of them. And there's a lot of routes you can go with the Japanese leader. But I like keeping things tasteful, so give me some time. We'll do it. We'll do it. I got a spear there. Yeah, I should be fine. Can I whip this just in case? I can. So what I'm going to do then is force him not to let me, or not to have me have to attack him across the river, and work with that. Okay, what else? I can grow on the greenery. No, I don't like that yet. Workers and settlers first. Priority, priority, priority on the workers and settlers first. That is the truth.